Oh, it's knife time. When is the last time you replaced your knives? You need a refresh. And who does knives better than Ginsu? So this is from Ginsu. It is the Chikara 7-piece knife block set. So yes, a total refresh, start new in 2025. These are our final quantities though. There's no reorder. Originally $80 is now down to $51.99. That is a difference of over $28. It's $7 and change per knife, not even counting the block, and it's a $10.40 easy pay. You're getting a chef's knife, a carving knife, a santoku knife, a boning knife, serrated utility knife, paring knife, and the block, and we'll walk you through all of it. But you will choose colors by means of your block. So here we have it in the, is this chestnut? I think this is chestnut. Okay, here is your chestnut. Here is your this is your gray wash. And then here is your natural. It's K96994. The king of the cutlery is with us. We gotta bring in Jeremy Parker when we talk Ginsu, right?
Yeah, you know, I started with Ginsu knives when I was 16. I was at the fairgrounds. I had a job at the bratwurst booth, chopping onions and peppers, and then got a job inside the building demonstrating Ginsu. So I have a very soft place in my heart. But let me tell you something, for Ginsu, that is, this is the high-end Ginsu. This is the best of the best that you can get with Ginsu, okay?
Okay.
And what they've done here is it still has the power of Ginsu. This is a full tang knife. Now, these are the 7 most used knives. 6 most used knives. The block is P7. That you'll use in the kitchen. The metal goes from the tip all the way to the back. This is called the pommel of the knife. That's not just glued on there. That is one piece. The handles are the same material as bowling balls. If you drop it or break, it won't break or snap. They are made to last you a lifetime. You can sharpen this knife again and again, whether you're chopping, mincing, dicing. This is just a perfect 8-inch chef's knife. That is a real workhorse of a knife. Now, they're perfectly balanced. So let me wipe this blade and show you that if I take my finger here and hold it right there, it is perfectly balanced. Right where the handle, meets the blade. Okay, that's called the bolster. So when you're cutting with it, it feels effortless. It feels weightless, even though this has a beautiful weight to it. So what does that mean? It means you have perfect control. So you could use this for slicing straight like this. You could use it for mincing. That's when you hold your blade down like this and kind of do like that paper cutter chop. Or if you get good at it, you could actually use this just for chopping nice and fast like that. Okay. I go all the way through like that. And what's nice is that it is a razor sharp set of knives. They are fantastic knives. Always hand wash your knives. That's just one knife. Julia, I would pay more than the price of the whole set just for this chef's knife. It's beautiful. Okay.
Can you take me through, if I hold up a knife, will you tell me which one is which?
Sure, go ahead and point to. Okay, that's your 8-inch chef's knife right there.
8-inch chef's
Beautiful knife.
Then?
Yes.
Santoku?
Then you get, that's a 5-inch Santoku knife, which has the scallops on the blade. Really good for potatoes. Okay. That is an 8-inch carving knife. Carve a turkey, a roast, a ham, a leg of lamb. I love that. That is your 6-inch boning fillet knife. Oh, love that knife right there.
Loves that knife. He likes that one.
Excellent. It's hard to find those anymore. Yeah. Okay, that's a 5-inch serrated knife right there. Really good for bread, bagels, crostinis, and tomatoes and citrus fruit. Serrated.
And
then your 3-inch paring knife right there.
Okay, perfect.
And that's great. It's the 6 most used knives that you'll need in the kitchen. Okay. Let's talk about carving. Let's carve some roast, because if you need a good carving knife, this is a nice long one. So like when you see at a buffet, when you go to Las Vegas and you see those guys carving, you want a nice long carving knife here, whether this is a pork loin, a rib roast. I mean, you want to cut it nice and thin. You talk about the thinnest slice right there. You need a good knife. Look at that beautiful piece of meat. Don't try that. You know, you want a straight knife, not a serrated knife for things like that.
Okay.
So this is just a great knife. I love this knife. Okay, next to that, let me just go right to the fillet knife. Let's talk about fish. Okay. Because a good fillet knife is just worth its weight in gold. This is a 6-inch fillet knife, slightly flexible. And so whether you're just cutting steaks, now let me show you. I'm just going to go like this, okay? It'll go all the way through, not just the meat, but the skin. Now, that's great if you're doing that. But if you want to fillet your fish, maybe you caught a trout, maybe you have some, get down there between the skin and the meat, hold the back, and just run the blade across your fish. Let me get back here like this. Okay, run your blade right across the fish like this. And what you'll do is take the skin off like this without wasting any of that meat, that little piece right there. And I mean,
impressive.
There you
I could
go.
watch
Okay.
you do knife demos all day long, Chef Jeremy Parker.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
real
Go
fast,
ahead.
can I just do colors? And remember, you're all getting
Yes.
the same knives. They all have the black handles. You're really just choosing colors by way of the block itself, that angled block. This is your chestnut color. About 360 remain there. Here's your gray wash. 250 remain, and then this is your natural, which has been most popular, and we have 350. An $80 price tag, which already seems low to me, especially with the quality of these knives, but actually it's a clearance sale price of $51.99. It's $7.42 per knife, not even counting the block, and it comes home for $10 and change on an easy pay. It's K96994. All right, back to Chef Jeremy.
Okay, every kitchen should have a good serrated knife, and this isn't a big, massive knife. Sometimes you just want a good knife. You see, this has what they call a hollow ground edge on it. It's not like a saw, so it cuts smoother. It doesn't shred. You're not going to get a ton of breadcrumbs when you're doing, I mean, when you cut bread, you're going to get breadcrumbs no matter what, but if you have the right knife, you can see here, I could do this bagel. Look at the breadcrumbs.
Oh.
See any?
No,
see,
I don't.
I mean, I see two little specks right there, and that's because of the knife. If I did that with the wrong knife, if it wasn't serrated, you just, squash it. Also really good here for tomatoes and things, but maybe you want to make a sandwich and you need a good knife that I could just sort of butterfly
Look at it go
through
right
this.
through that.
Okay, so now you can make your sandwich there, make your garlic bread. That's the knife. It's just easier to use at that size. Also really good here, remember, for your tomatoes. And notice how I just touch it and it cuts it. This is the best Ginsu knife that they've ever made. It's the high-end set. Okay, I have two more knives. This is our Santoku knife, and it has scallops in the blade. So if you're doing things like potatoes, sweet potatoes, you ever get halfway through something to get stuck, you gotta pop it through?
Yes.
So what this does, those little scallops there just allow it to pass easily through. That's a raw potato. Watch how I just slide it through.
Very nice.
Okay, and last but not least, you get a wonderful paring knife. Oops, right here, which you can see is about the size of my finger. I think it's 3.5 inches. Sorry, I said 3 earlier. So again, avocados, taking stems out of bell peppers, things like that. The right tool for the right job. And of course, everything comes inside the block.
All right. I'm going to put these knives away, and you can tell me which one is which real quick. Which one is this one?
Chef's knife, made in chef's knife.
Okay. This one?
That is your 5.5-inch Santoku knife.
Okay. This one?
That's your 8-inch carving knife.
All right. This one?
That's your 6-inch boning and fillet knife.
All right. This one?
That's your 5.5-inch serrated utility knife, bread knife, tomato knife.
And this one?
3.5-inch paring knife.
Boom. Chestnut,
Yeah.
gray wash, natural. Chestnut, gray, not wash. Okay, K96994, 1040 is your easy pay. All right, Jeremy, you're gonna be back in just a few minutes with